Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. In this video, I'm going to start on the lower time frames and then I'll move on to the higher time frames later on in this video. So we're going to start on this 1 hour time frame right now. And you can see right here that we have a beautiful ascending trend line. So it is very easy to be bullish here. Basically, so long as we keep holding above this trend line, expect the price to move further to the upside, potentially even making new all-time highs. And of course, if we break down below this ascending trend line here, that should be a short-term warning signal where likely we are coming down to grab some liquidity to the downside here. We'll move on to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map later on in this video, but for now, I want to stay on these charts. So zooming out a little bit here, I'm looking at the 1 day time frame. And currently we are trading right around this 1.618 Fibonacci level, sitting at about 89.1K for the Bitcoin price. Now, of course, I talked about this level ahead of time before we got this small rejection to the downside here. Now, I do say small, but at the same time, this was about a 5% move to the downside. So it's very interesting to see how we have one Fibonacci level here, and then we pump to the upside and then see a bit of a pullback. Insane how those Fibonacci levels actually work. But of course, if we now do confirm a breakout above 89,000 US dollars, we are looking at some pretty serious levels to the upside. So for example, if I take a look at this Fibonacci extension here, and we do break out above that level that I just talked about, then the next Fibonacci extension target is the 1.618, sitting at $106,000 for the Bitcoin price. Now, I mean, do I think that we're going to shoot straight up to 100K without any kind of chomp or pullbacks along the way? No, I don't think that's going to happen. But at the same time, looking at these candles here, I think over the last week or so, we have seen what Bitcoin is capable of, and therefore we should not be counting out the possibility of an actual move up to 100,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. Now, the reason I mentioned this 100K level is because let's say that we do actually continue this move to the upside here, we have to take into consideration this psychological level of 100K. For many traders as well as investors, people have been talking about a 100K Bitcoin for the longest time. I think literally as long as I can remember since I have joined the space. So therefore, if we actually reach this level here, I do think there's going to be a lot of profit taking happening around this level. And therefore, we should not be surprised if we get some kind of resistance there, at least in the short term. Now, I was actually looking at this pattern earlier today. We had this cup and handle pattern that broke out at around 66K, and we rode this entire move to the upside here, all the way up to 80,000 US dollars. I'm still actually in that long from down here. I was thinking about this, like, wow, this was a actually fairly easy breakout to trade, because you just had this clear point of invalidation that I mentioned over and over again, saying like, yeah, if we break below the point of the breakout with confirmed candle closes, then that's it. The 80,000 US dollar price target has to be crossed off and the pattern is invalidated, but that never happened. And we just continued this move to the upside here. But the problem now is, since we are in price discovery, basically, it has become very difficult to make videos about this and say exactly what I think is going to happen over the next 24 to 48 hours here. Like, for example, these candles here, like 7 green daily candles back to back with no pullbacks. No, even though I had this price target in my charts and I'm long, no, I did not expect this to play out the way it did. But, I'm still happy it did, of course. But the point is that from this point on in the cycle, we literally have to take it one day at a time, ignore all the narratives and people saying super cycle and everything like that. I'm already starting to hear it. Guys, I have been here for quite a long time in the crypto space. I have heard this every single cycle for the past 3 cycles, okay? So it is literally the same thing every time, and therefore, personally, I just want to rely on my objective technical analysis. Earlier today, I was actually trading the lower time frames. We actually traded this breakout here from around 85.5K or so, and now we have this inverse head and shoulder that is breaking out to the upside, potentially about to reach 89K, but this is the type of stuff that I like trading. Now, I literally shared this entire setup and everything ahead of time here earlier today in my Signals group, which you can join completely for free. So again, if you want to get access to this, then simply join my Discord community with the link in the video description. And from there, when you're in here and verified, you simply go to this Trading Signals access channel and you follow these 3 steps right here. And like I said, once you've done those 3 things, then you will have access to my trading signals completely for free. Next, moving on to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. First of all, on this 48-hour time frame, right here, you can see that there's again a bunch of liquidity to the upside here. So a lot of people have been trying to short this move from about 90K. But at the same time, as I said earlier in this video, so long as we, for example, hold that trend line on the 1 hour time frame, I think the chances that these guys are going to get liquidated is very, very high. So looking at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables for today, yesterday we saw another $1.1 billion of net inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs. And keep in mind, guys, that this was 2 trading days after we saw a $1.4 billion net inflow in a single day. On that day, BlackRock bought about $1.1 billion of Bitcoin in a single day, while yesterday they only bought $750 million. But still, guys, these inflows are absolutely insane. I have never seen this in my entire time of watching these in and outflows every day ever since the Bitcoin ETFs started trading. Okay, so understand that this is pretty insane what we are seeing right now. But either way, this has been today's market update. If you want to get access to my trading signals and just my real-time analysis, then join the Road to 1 Million Discord community. And again, once you're in here and verified, you go to this Trading Signals access channel, and then you follow these 3 steps right here to get access to those signals completely for free. But regardless, if you do end up joining or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.